What do you think has enabled you to step into that power? Because it sounds to me like that's quite different to where you were at the beginning of the journey. So what do you put that shift of energy down to? Like being in that kind of fierce power when you need to?
Hmm. Well, it was a question that you had this question. Someone would put a gun to your head and said you had to make 2 grand in a week or something. What would you do? Which brought about something in me that was like, oh, like it. This young energy came out, and I started to think very concretely. Though initially I thought about some things that I could actually make money with, we then spoke further, and then that uncovered what I really, really wanted to do, what I see that brings everything together. And yeah, that was it's like when you're looking for your glasses, but they're already in your head. Where are they? It felt a bit like that. Oh yeah, it was there all this time and I didn't see it yet. That was the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you're saying this, and I really think this is so applicable to so many people because, um, I've always loved speaking with and being with and working with musicians and creatives, and when I was a teacher, young people. It's that same kind of sort of overflowing ideas and energy, and one of the things that I notice that happens is it's almost like, um, because people like that kind of get that they're in love with the creative process and how
Mhm.
many possibilities there are. Lots of people sort of seem to be a little hesitant to kind of really commit to one thing because they see so many possibilities that they're actually cutting off everything else and going, this is what I'm doing, or right, I'm going to build a business, or right, I'm going to focus on sales or focus on filling up my diary with gigs. That there can be, almost like a tendency for a lot of people to kind of live a bit of a monastic life, like it's just I'm just the creative and I'm a free spirit, and it doesn't really mean I don't really need to commit to anything, and what happens will happen. And they obviously have this ability to get shit done and to make and to finish and to commit. But there is often a gap. And what really excites me about what you're saying and what I've seen through our work together is that there's this beautiful kind of alchemy of the yin and the yang.
Mm.
The extreme sort of all possibilities really embraced by the creative side of the mind, if you want to call it that, and then the other side, which is order, structure, commitment, completion, sequence, writing a list of people you need to speak to, all the stuff that really builds a huge infrastructure that then creates this vision
Mm.
that you have. Is that how you think about it, or like, do you have anything to sort of add on that? Like, how do you think about that?
Well, that first version that felt very much like me only a few weeks ago. Like, but at the same time, because I was very much, that was exactly me, what you just described. Like, yeah, possibilities, whatever the universe brings, like this openness, which is good, but at the same time, this sense of dissatisfaction. Because
Mm-hmm.
I also had this really powerful realization, which changed a lot for me. I always felt like I had an agreement with the universe about I'm not going to worry about money, and that makes sure that everything is always okay. And yeah, some other things, like I will be grateful for what I receive, and I realized that, wait a minute, agreement with the universe. I am the universe. I can change this agreement. I don't have to be so passive in that, like that I have to wait whatever comes my way, you know. I am the universe, so I'm going to create what comes my way. And it was that realization that, yeah, that changed from just this floaty creature that you just described to how are we going to make this happen? Mm-hmm. Right. Like, I know that I can make it happen because I've done it for, you know, practical things. When I moved to London, I just did it. Bam. When I moved to Amsterdam, I did it. These are not small things. And yet, you know, when they need to be done, I have this energy to do it. So why not apply this to my creativity and art?